Welcome to our pick a card reading, or really pick a pal, um, because I use 6 cards in each pal. What we're doing is really love. I feel like this month I've been really covering love, in like every avenue. I did twin flame, soulmate, past life love, which was so interesting. No contact. So really, we're just seeing what's next in love for you, whether it be, someone like you reconnecting with someone. Someone may surprise you and just pop back from the past, or future love. So whatever it may be, we're just gonna let go of control. Let our beautiful spirit guides help us to have clarity in this reading. I did do the 3 pals. I hate calling them pals. It just doesn't sound right. Let's just say the 3 readings. Um, I did not look at the cards. I just shuffled just to save us some time. However, I do want to take a Mother Mary card over these and include them in the reading. So I thought, well, at least do one deck where I'm doing it with you here. So Mother Mary. So what you want to do, just trust your intuition. What feels right? Would it be reading 1, reading 2, reading 3? Uno, dos, tres. Now, more than one reading can certainly um, fit your story. You know what I mean? Like you'll know. And I've been saying lately, definitely ask your spirit guides to send you a sign. Confirmation, like, like have me say a letter or a name or a number, or, something like that. If you feel like you need that, your guides are willing, able, and ready. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take Mother Mary card, Mother Mary card, and one more. Um, Yeah, so if you feel like I feel guided to more than one reading, just trust that that's what was meant for you. Um, again, I'm excited to do these readings. This is like getting 3 mini readings in one. So, uno, dos, tres. What are we gonna choose? What are we gonna choose? Just calm our minds, and the rest will follow. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start with reading number 1, and I'm just going to slide these over. And if you're ready, I'm ready. All right. Oh, by the way, I'm using the Psychic Tarot, and all the cards came face down, which is good because I don't want to know what's in the reading. I like seeing it when you see it. But the first pile, 3 came out, so I did 3 for each. So this is the Psychic Tarot. Then I did the Cozy Witch Tarot, 2 of them. And then I did the Tarot of Dreams, and now we have Mother Mary. All right, let's begin. Ace of Swords, triumphant success. This could certainly be some type of communication. Also, I feel like it's a confirmation if someone's looking for like a yes. This is my yes card. This is about truth, probably integrity. And I say that as in, I feel like it's important that this person, have integrity. But this could certainly mean there's communication coming. I have a feeling, it's probably all of the above, but it definitely feels like communication in this type of reading. Oh, foundation and achievements. That is, that's the marriage card. That's a commitment card. Interesting. Someone may be ringing your phone. It makes me feel like I probably already know this person. And I'm looking at the 4 and the 1, which is a 5. And to me, 5 does speak about change. So, you may be getting like a phone call, a text, someone saying like, I've made some changes. Um, but it feels good. I also feel like this must say that someone is, well, we'll see what's next to it, but it looks like someone is like, okay, I'm ready for commitment. There's a beautiful rainbow behind this house, and it's like this family is looking at this house, almost like we don't live there yet. But that's my future. That's my future. All right, let's keep going. Intuition. Trust your intuition. We have, look at that, the magician. First of all, two ones, 11. Hello, Ace of Pentacles. Why do I say it like that? Well, especially with the Ace of Swords being the first card, certainly feels like, and the Magician, the ability to manifest. Some of you may have been like subconsciously manifesting, let's just say love, but not just any old love, because with the marriage card here, or the like I call it the commitment card, because not everyone wants to be married, or you know, we make a commitment before we get married. Ace of Pentacles means that something is coming into your physical world. Well, I don't feel like it's a thing. I feel like it's a person. Or at least they're asking, may I come into your physical world? Look at this, the star. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. It's about manifesting them. And that's what we got to remember with the star. It's not magic. It is our intentions mixed with divine energy to bring about like your wish, a dream. Even if I didn't think it was possible, it's only impossible until it becomes possible. And the star with the magician is the perfect energy of manifestation. I feel like I know what I want. I don't know if it's I know who I want, but I definitely know what kind of energy I want, what kind of partner I want. And then let's see what Mother Mary says. Sobriety. Sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. Okay. Now, that's interesting all of a sudden because I'm realizing with intuition here, if I don't have a clear mind, it could be harder for me to really catch the signs. Like, was that a sign? I'm not sure. And by the way, if you feel like you're not sure about a sign, definitely ask your guides to send a sign again. Remember, your spirit guides are always sending you signs, guidance. Your spiritual team was set up before you even came into this earth, into this lifetime, to help you navigate, right? To help you navigate everything, the easy, the hard, the difficult, sometimes what feels like the impossible. So look at this. First of all, number 11, I have to kind of tie that back to potentially a twin flame, though yeah, every time I say that, then I want to follow it up with you like, if we don't give love a title, that might be easier, because sometimes like we think someone's a twin and therefore we feel like, well, then we must be meant to be together. And then we stop like living our lives. We got to remember the importance of your life. But anyways, someone is manifesting someone. All right, so I am going to take the Gilded Tarot, and we're just going to take a few cards over this. But how beautiful the Magician, again, the Manifestor, and what does it say? You have everything you need to do anything you want, and mirrored by the star. You have everything you need to do anything you want. And then that Ace of Pentacles shows up. Well, because this is love, it feels to me, and we have the marriage card right above it. It feels to me like this is literally energy that, it may start through communication, but I feel like then I feel like then you get together. Then you get together. I'm not feeling like any any resistance here. And you don't have to know who this person is. I'm getting this image for some of you, like you might just meet someone like along your travels, and lo and behold, and it can be even years later, like maybe I gave my number out, or maybe they found me on social media, that type of thing, and then they reach out and it's like, wow, I never expected that. Your guides did. All right, so let's just take a couple cards over this and see if we can get anything else. We have the Page of Cups. Some of you that could certainly represent someone that you used to know. Page to me can be younger energy. It's also about your inner child, though, and allowing yourself to be playful. It's almost like your phone rings and you have these long discussions and there's laughter. Like we're being flirty and very playful with each other. I like that a lot. What it's doing, it to me, it feels like it's like eliminating the worry because I'm just enjoying what's happening in the current moment. Yet, in a way, we're getting a clue of where this energy potentially will take us. If we choose, you do have free will. This person is holding a cup in their hand and looking into the reading. So I feel like I want to give that cup to someone. All right, let's see. Hello, Ten of Pentacles. Wow, that's the house of abundance. To me, that's a house that truly can take root. And I love that the Ace of Pentacles is here right under it. It's a house full of creativity. It's where I feel like everyone can be themselves, do their thing without judgment. Can also be two people who are both doing well and they come together, and it can be even merging of families. But I feel like, it's abundant. All right, what else do we have? We have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. First of all, it's an eight. So that does speak about new beginnings. Eight is also the number of infinity, as above, so below. No beginning, no end. Now that can certainly talk about twin flames, soulmates. So I feel like it's giving us a clue of what type of love this is. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, what's her specialty? She can read between the lines. Perfect queen to come out with the Ace of Pentacles and then the Ten of Pentacles. And again, you do not have to be an earth sign. That's not how I read. Now it can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, of course, but really, I feel like it's the energy. You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like I feel grounded. And it's interesting because I feel all of a sudden like because I feel grounded, things start working out in my favor. Maybe you've gone through, well, maybe that's what sobriety is talking about. Maybe you've gone through something pretty difficult. And maybe for a while, you did what you had to do to overcome the pain. But this is about like, okay, like I see no reason why I would want to turn this down. Queen of Pentacles. And then, oh my God, Ten of Cups. That's why, I used to shuffle all the cards live, but then that takes so much time. And a lot of people are like, can't you just have them ready? That's why I decided to do, to shuffle the cards beforehand. But I wanted to do some live. Look at this. Not only the Ten of Pentacles, but also the Ten of Cups, the House of Harmony, love, laughter. No wonder the page is here. Holy cow, like I feel like I don't know why I would even consider turning this down. And I feel like for many of you, whether you were like consciously putting your intentions out there, for either a certain person or, a certain type of love, I feel like it was heard. Not even heard, but it's being answered. And you want to think about that, right? Because if you plant no seeds, there will be no harvest. So your intuition knows that. The star tells me you have been planting some seeds. The magician tells me, oh, it's about to come true. And the Ace of Pentacles backs that up. This feels like this is a type of love that will stand the test of time. It's probably not the first time you've loved, whether it be in this lifetime or past lifetimes. But I love the Page of Pentacles now mirroring the Ten of Cups for you and the Ten of Pentacles. But, oh, I'm sorry, I don't think I said that right. The Page of Cups mirroring the Ten of Cups. Because I felt the playfulness within this page. Like just like laughter and enjoying each moment. And I feel like, listen, it may start with conversation, like we may talk for a while, but then it is literally showing us that it comes into your physical world. You come into each other's world. Wow. Okay, I don't know how I can get better. I do not know how I can get better. I feel like sobriety, the only thing I can relate it back to is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is really, the message with the Eight of Cups is take a moment, find emotional clarity, understand the cups have fallen over to a point. Don't be obsessive about it, right? It's like some relationships work out and some just don't. Um, so this is really finding that emotional clarity because this person is, you can see they're heading off. Like, okay, I'm out of that energy. And where are they heading to? The Nine of Cups, inner harmony. And for some of you, that's what you've been trying to find is this inner harmony. And I feel like with that being found, it's like then the world just opens up. It's like the world is now your oyster. Wow. And I want to say, remember, this can be flip flop. Like if you have someone on your mind and you're thinking of reaching out, I feel like it's going to be received very well. I feel like who's ever doing the initial contact, I feel like it's going to be received very, very well. And I feel like the potential here, the love here, where it can go, though usually I'll tell you, like, don't think about what will be the ultimate destination. And, learn to enjoy the present moment. That's where the butterflies are at. This feels exciting. Like. Okay, we're gonna let that be. Quite beautiful. All right, so that was reading number one. Trust your intuition, guys. Trust the signs. And what I mean by that, for some of you, you may start feeling this energy because a page can also be about energy that's in the atmosphere. So it's like, may not have reached me yet, but it's in my atmosphere. Okay. Number two. All right. Well, hello, Destiny. This is your wheel. Sometimes it's moving, sometimes it's not. But it definitely, with love, this is what I'd want to see also is the wheel. It's just, it signifies that these lovers in this reading um do sit upon each other's will. Now that doesn't guarantee us because we have free will. But let's keep going. Oh my. Doesn't guarantee us, but here it is. This is the Ace of Cups. Literally says love begins. Could it be that easy? And look at this 10 plus 1, 11 again. Wow. We have financial and material changes. Number 5. And fives do speak of change. We have the Six of Cups. Someone that I used to know. I have a feeling you've been together in this lifetime. I have a feeling this is talking about previous love that for whatever reason, may not have worked out. Sometimes it could just literally be like, we were still young and dumb, you know. And when I say young and dumb, I include myself in that. I think about my younger years and, it's the dumb things I did. But this is someone who would have, and you also would have very, treasured memories of coming into the wheel. And by the way, like, I feel like love, there are breakups. And I feel like sometimes during the breakups, we learn more than we do when we're together. Sometimes, yeah, you gotta lose someone to realize how much I really love them. The Knight of Pentacles. Wow, this is your guardian angel. This is just as good as having the Ace of Pentacles in the first reading. Knight of Pentacles says, I come in the right time. And that you can trust on. You can trust in. Knight of Pentacles, it's a slow moving knight, but probably with purpose. And especially because I feel like for this reading, I do feel like you probably know this person. And maybe there was time needed in between. It's definitely showing that the love didn't die. It may have like taken, you know, um, break kind of thing. Like some of you, because the Knight of Pentacles again is patience, so there could have been quite a bit of time in between, but I never feel like it's wasted time. This is a night that you can definitely count on. You can count on all the nights, but this night is saying that they are bringing the Ace of Pentacles into your life. And it's meant to truly expand your world. This is the night I'd want to see. Right under love begins. It's like our spiritual team, our guardian angel, our angels, they already know all this. We just don't, right? Because we're born with amnesia. Even though, again, it feels like it must be a soulmate type energy. Um, because otherwise I don't feel like your guardian angel would really be involved in this. But love begins. Okay. Justice. Coming under financial and material changes. Someone may be breaking up with someone. or they may have broken up with someone. This can talk about, and it could be both, you know, like both were in marriages or in long term relationships, and now it's the cutting of those ties. And I really feel it's the cutting of the ties because we have a five right above it, so it is a change. You know, justice really is about making you whole again, making these lovers whole again. And then Mother Mary, well, hello, God. God, I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. Just like, same as the Knight of Pentacles, you just have to trust, right? Trust that it can be so. And by the way, I would say, because I feel like I feel comments already that some may say, there's no way I'm taking someone back from my past. Then I don't feel like this would be your reading because I definitely feel like when I think of this person, I only think happy thoughts. And I often feel like, especially because we have justice here, you're probably both in different relationships after the fact, but the love for each other, it didn't die. You know, it feels like it's going to start flowing again. Like I feel like you must have always been in their heart and them you. But if we're real, and there was a breakup, chances are you have loved others in between, but it may just not measure up. It's just like, why can't I find the same satisfaction? Hmm, the wheel, destiny, into love begins. It could just say the Ace of Cups, but it doesn't. It says love begins. And who's helping this energy? Literally, your guardian angel. Um, and I feel we have two guardian angels, but I feel like this one is concerned about your love life. Not concerned, not at all, not concerned. Just waiting for the right time. This knight's looking over at justice almost like there's no way I would introduce this into your life if let's just say you were still connected to another. But I have a feeling that there's two people, well, more than two people, but who's ever in this reading, I have a feeling you're mirroring each other because I don't feel like it's just one person who would cut ties. And listen, yes, you did cut ties with who was ever in the Six of Cups, but I feel like this is talking about after the fact, like recently, and that may be the conversation. And you may say, "Same here. I just did the same thing." And I'm saying you just did. It could be years in the making. Like, it could have been years since you cut ties with a certain person. But I feel like really what this is saying is this wheel is about to start moving. This Knight of Pentacles is about to say it's the right time. Because remember, the Knight of Pentacles doesn't come before the right time. And because it's looking right at justice, I feel like if I'm a guardian angel, then I would want you to be free. I don't want you to be tied to another. Now, it doesn't, and then because I'm getting this message also that, like, it doesn't have to be that I'm completely disconnected with, let's just say, the last person you were in a committed relationship with, but I don't feel like there's love. I feel like that's gone. And I'm not talking about the person in the past, I'm talking about the last potential relationship, or let's say it's just them. Then I feel like they would say that. Like, no, the love was gone long before the cutting of the ties. All right, let's take the Gilded Tarot over this. I'm going to give it a couple shuffles though. Get them mixed up really good. Hierophant just popped out. Just want to show you that. Card of Taurus, by the way. But that's your belief system. You know, do you believe that great love can find you? Do you believe that someone who really has lived in your heart, that it can be again? Like, try not to deny it. And I say that because, as many of you know, that's my story, right? Sam and I were just pages when we were first together, and then split up 40 years later. The phone rings. And by the way, I had just cut ties with someone. 2 weeks before that, I cut ties with someone I had been with for over 25 years. And I only use my experiences so you understand that, yes, this can happen. Why, why wouldn't it? Why can't it? All right. Hello, Ace of Swords. Ring, ring. The Empress. Beautiful. Um, let's talk about the Empress for a second because I feel like we need to, like, if we can be in this energy, all the better. The Empress has learned through her experiences, and a lot of them are difficult. But I have a feeling, many of us came into this lifetime not asking for, like, just give me an easy life. No, I want challenges. I want to learn. I want to evolve. Earth is our classroom. And that's what the Empress has realized. This is someone who keeps her heart open. She stays loving and nurturing. But because of her experiences, she's nobody's fool. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's not coming with integrity in mind in that Ace of Swords, well, the Empress would just say, don't bother coming at all. It's also, to me, signals, to trust your intuition. I also feel like it means that the signs will be sent before. Again, it's kind of like feeling the energy before it even arrives. But I love that it's arriving to the Empress. Look at that. Page of Swords now. So, could signify an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have Libra right here. Though, I try very hard not to give signs because I don't want you just to concentrate on the sign. But boy, does it kind of feel like, especially with the Six of Cups, like, who is this Ace of Swords? Where is it coming from? The page. And then we have the the Queen of Wands. Can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is my Queen of Action. This is my Queen that moves according to her desires. If it feels good, the chances are I'm going to move into it. She doesn't let a fear-based mind stop her from experiencing. And again, like, yes, love begins, but it doesn't mean, or let me put it a different way. I feel like, we don't have to rush. And and it is a good idea if you're worried at all, though as the Empress is here, I feel like there's probably no worry, but if I worry at all, the Empress gives you a clue that if anything is coming towards you of a negative nature, the alarms will be, they'll go off. The red flags will be everywhere. It's almost like it'd be hard to deny it, but this does not feel of a negative nature at all. Quite the opposite. So, my queen of action. Will you or won't you? I feel like the Queen of Wands would say, I will. What do I want to look at? I just don't feel like this is over yet. Let's just go right below that. Just don't feel like the reading is over. I feel like more wants to come out. Seven of Swords. Look at that. The Hierophant made its way back out. The King of Pentacles. Uh, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And then the Hierophant. So we saw the Hierophant earlier. But now it's made it to the table. This really is about your belief system. And it is a five, so I want you to question it. Do you believe that I'm going to use the word miracles can happen? You know, I feel like I've had many miracles in my life, unexpected. King of Pentacles. He's someone that really looks at the big picture. And I have to tell you something. With the Seven of Swords right before that, Seven of Swords is really can speak about untrustworthy energy. But I often feel in the Seven of Swords that this is that person's lessons, their life lessons, is learning how to be trustworthy. And then with the king following that, well, this is the king that I would call my loyal king. I feel like loyalty is important. This could also be someone of few words, but puts action. Like I may not speak quickly about how I feel, but I'll show you. So pay attention. I feel like someone from the past has definitely evolved, especially with God here, and the wheel, and the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. It's like God sent the Knight of Pentacles. Why? Well, this may be predestined. Even if we were together before, maybe that was part of it also. But it does feel predestined. And then that wheel moves right into Love Begins. It's almost like maybe I don't immediately, though, again, we do have the Queen of Wands who is going to move according to her desires. Like if you light my flame, chances are I'm going to at least follow it. I feel like this conversation would be I have grown, I have evolved. Maybe I'm not great with my words. And I have a feeling that's kind of what the Seven of Swords is talking about here. Um, because when I read tarot, I don't read it just by what each card means. I read by what I feel. And I kind of get that feeling like someone saying, not only have I evolved, but I feel like, if I'm a man, I've become a better man. If it's a woman, I become a better woman. The Empress is already here. And then the Hierophant right next to this king. Yes, it could certainly stand for Taurus. But I feel like the progression of what it's showing is, when we were young, maybe I did something stupid and therefore I lost you. Doesn't mean I lost you in my heart. Just means you left me. But I don't blame you. But I'm not that person anymore. And this king's coming right over the Knight of Pentacles. And remember, that Knight of Pentacles is what's bringing this about. Really, to me, the most beautiful night because it is guardian angel energy at my table. So I definitely feel like someone's saying, I've evolved. Give me an opportunity to show you that. And again, it it could also be flip-flop because I feel like, if there's someone that is living in my heart and I'm now single or, I'm heading that way, again, whoever I cut ties with, I feel like the love was already gone. So, like, don't be afraid to reach out. You just never know. You never know. I know when Sam told me that before he called me, he said he was a nervous wreck. He said he thought there was no way I'd take his call. And listen, nothing bad, really bad happened. And I won't go into the whole story. Many of you already know anyway. Um, but I do feel that, like, I'm a little nervous. However, I feel like the Queen of Wands is like, let's do it. Let's give it a try. Let's see where it goes. You say you're a better man? I'm going to believe you. I'm going to trust you. And I feel like, and again, if this is, I don't know why I have to keep saying this, but I keep getting comments or people like, I'll never take that son of a bitch back. Then these readings probably aren't for you because here, I feel like, first of all, again, the love never died. Life just got in the way, as it does, right? But things that we've learned, and again, I feel like don't look back and have regret because there's probably many things you did with your life in between that you should be very proud of. And because the Empress is here, I feel like, and I don't know why I feel like it's you who's watching, but that means you have evolved. So why can't they? Right? If we can, so can they. And it's like the angels are helping them, helping to guide them. Okay, we'll let that one be. Love, love, love. 'Tis a season. Clearly, it's a season for love. Okay, let's pick these up. And reading number 3. Give me 1 second. And for those who are resonating, especially because I keep seeing 11, so I have a feeling some of you are twin flames. I would definitely watch the twin flame reading. It was so interesting. But I also did a past life reading and I found it so interesting. Like, I love reading tarot. To me, it's like literally like I'm watching your movie and I am into it. You know what I mean? Like, I am into your movie. I am into your story. But I even did a no contact. I tried to cover all bases, and I feel like This is going to be the last part of that whole series. Okay. Number 3. Huh. Hello, lovers. Hello, lovers. Says Harmony in a psychic tarot. I promise you, I did not look at these cards. I just find it wild. Can't remember the first reading, like, what cards were in it, but I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of wild. The lovers. Now, the lovers, the meaning of the card is the head of a heart decision. It is the card of Gemini. But to me, it speaks about chemistry. I mean, it literally says harmony. Reminded me of a Stevie Wonder song. Trapped in fear. Trapped in fear. Now, this reminds me of the no contact reading I did because that person, the reason why, or those, not just one person, but a lot of the energy was really wrapped around being trapped in fear. But I felt like everything, like I don't feel like they wanted to be in this energy. How interesting. Okay. Temptation. Hmm. Card of Capricorn. 9 of Swords. Interesting. So not quite as upbeat and happy and lovey as the other ones. But that doesn't mean it can't be. Doesn't mean it can't turn around. 9 of Swords is about unnecessary worry. It is worry nonetheless. Nines are about reflection, but it's really about the final reflection. The world, the next chapter. 3 of Wands, optimism. This is where someone's saying, I'm just going to enjoy my present day. This is the energy I feel like all the readings need. Like just enjoying the present moment. This is where you are planting seeds and you're trusting in the universe. I'm trusting in divine, right? That my ships will arrive in their due time, right when they're meant to. And Mother Mary brings out boundaries. I am clear and honest with others about my expectations. I am clear and honest with others about my expectations. Okay. So, even though we have the beautiful lovers here, which definitely to me talks about harmony, I mean chemistry. It says harmony, but I feel the chemistry. And you have the world, which means the potential of the next chapter opening up. And it's interesting because maybe I have a lot to do with this. This Eight of Swords goes to the Nine of Swords. And it's almost like, the Eight of Swords is a self created prison. And why do I create that prison? Trying to protect myself. I don't want to deal with like energy that I've already dealt with that was untrustworthy. That type of thing. I don't want to get hurt again. But that is life. You know what I mean? And the only person who can really break themselves free from that Eight of Swords is the one who created it. Those spirit guides can get through. God can get through. I'm trying to think like, who's the fearful one here? Is it you or is it them? Or is it both of you? But yet, the world signifies that a new chapter will be opening up. And remember, eight is about a new beginning. But I feel like I have to allow myself to have that new beginning. It does feel like there's a lot of energy that's kind of working like against you, but it's all in the thought system, you know. And I get it. Like, I don't want to repeat of anything, you know, of a negative nature. No, thank you. But I also don't want to put those intentions out there. You know what I mean? The Eight of Swords, I feel like I'm really doing nothing about nothing. All right. Again, let's give it a couple shuffles and let's see what all this fear is about. Even though we open with the lovers. And we have the world. Two of Cups. Hello, soulmate. Right over the lovers. No denying that. No denying that. All right. Why is this Eight of Swords here then? You know, soulmates, twin flames, we're here to help each other grow. And sometimes they do come through difficult lessons. And I feel like the strongest of soulmates will eventually figure that out. You know what I mean? It's natural to every once in a while create this Eight of Swords. But I also want to reflect upon it because in a way I'm kind of shutting out the world. And in the Nine of Swords, it really does talk about suffering in silence. We have the Knight of Swords. Every reading has some type of communication coming in. This one's coming over the Eight of Swords. I have a feeling this person's going to have to do a little bit more work than the rest of the readings. Like, and maybe that's why it's coming as a knight versus the page. Because I may have to do a little bit more work. And what I mean by that is like, I have to find a way to convince you that I'm worth it. Now, you may not even know who this person is. It could just be like I've just shut my heart down, right? I've shut love down. What's that saying? To have loved and lost is better than to never have loved at all. I don't know if I'm saying that right. To have loved and lost is better than to never have loved at all. And remember, our souls, truly our souls, who came into this lifetime, you know, if we remember that we're spiritual beings, then we understand that there really is nothing we cannot get through. And I have to tell you, just from my own life experiences and the losses that I've had, where I don't even know how I'm still moving, breathing, but I am. I am. Three cups. You know, three cups is joy, first of all. It's the energy of celebrating, rejoicing in celebration. It's mirroring the soulmates with the I'm sorry, with the Knight of Swords in between the two. So it's like maybe some of you are worried that you'll never find this type of love, or this type of love will never find you. And if that's the case, then you really want to look at that Eight of Swords. Because in a way, you're telling the universe, I don't want love. And maybe you don't want love. But I feel it's not that I don't want love, I'm fearful of it. Someone's got their finger on the light, and that light is connected to the key, and that key unlocks the next door. The world would be the next door. All right, I want to take more. You know, I want you to keep in mind that the Nine of Swords really does tell you that this, like, if there's a lot of worry, that it's really unnecessary. And maybe it's talking about this situation. Like, maybe this situation is completely different than any other type of love you've had before. But you also have to know that you deserve the highest form of love. But you also have to be able to give the highest form of love. You know, we have to be the vibration that we want back. Eight of Swords, I feel like I'm not sending out any vibrations. All right, well, let's keep going. Well, hello, Ten of Cups. Wow. Under the soulmates, under the lovers, but it is over the Nine of Swords. Again, unnecessary worry. Can be overthinking. Doesn't always have to be like extreme worry because it really is the meaning of the card. Like where someone is worrying so much, I feel that that it's going to show itself somehow through the body. You know, like if number one, our thoughts, where our thoughts can run away, you know, from us. Number two, can turn into anxiety if it's not dealt with. What I mean by that is if I'm living in this worried state, then somehow, some way, I have to release that. And I feel like one of the, you know, and this could just be because I'm a Virgo and I love writing letters, but I feel like one of the best ways of doing is literally to write out your feelings and then do whatever you want with it. Send it, burn it, just get it out of you. 33. Some of you are like, why are you pointing out 33, Sandy? Because I see it in all my readings. It's quite interesting. All right. We have, hello, magician again. You know, all of a sudden I get this, I'm remembering the dream, or the dream. I'm remembering the movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. And I feel like now I need to turn that around and say, if I put positive intentions out there, positive things, positive people, positive energy will come. It will come back to me. You know, the magician is also the fool's. If you know, when you think of tarot, you want to think about like what is tarot signifying? It's signifying the fool's journey. And that's why the fool is a zero in most decks. Again, no beginning, no end, right? But the fool is about letting the past be in the past and taking a leap of faith. And the first mentor the fool meets is the magician. And the magician teaches the fool that you have everything you need to be successful on this next journey. You don't have to worry. Justice. So some of you may have gone through like a nasty divorce. Now, I don't feel like it's with this person because I feel like if it was nasty, chances are I don't want that person back. Some of you may have been through some karmic energy that has felt very difficult. But listen, if you realize that, like, okay, maybe my last relationship was just, hell. Probably started off beautiful, but then turned into hell. But if I can really examine and learn from it, if it was karmic, well, no matter whether it was karmic or not, but especially if it's karmic, then you're paying that karma off and you don't have to repeat it. Karmic lessons just means that somewhere along the road, somewhere along the way, whether it was this lifetime, previous lifetime, some of you need, in this pal, you definitely need to check out past life readings. The past life reading, I'll include all of them at the end of the video, at the end screens. So if you choose to watch it, you'll have it right there. I do feel like some of you were dealing with karmic energy. And listen, maybe if I can just put a name to it, then I can get rid of the fear. 5 of Swords. Toxic energy. Well, coming right next to Justice. That means you've cut that energy. That means you understand. I feel like it's showing us an evolution of where we began, the things that we dealt with, people that we dealt with, but also the people that we cut ties with. And I don't feel like this is talking about with the soulmates and the lovers here. I don't feel like it's them who carries this toxic energy. Now, of course, they could have. But again, you may not even know this person. So, and that's why I feel like it's more about what's in your world, what's happening in your world, and you having that understanding. And you know what I love is even though I'm sure this was not easy, no way was it easy. I mean, it's literally telling us it was toxic to you. But the Three of Wands is underneath all of this. So I feel like I cut these ties. I have these realizations. 5 always wants you to take a moment, stop, look around. Who's good for me? What's still working in my life? What's not working? Who's for me? Who's against me? And cutting the ties of those who carry toxic energy. Like, I feel like I don't want to live in that. And I feel like that's what justice is representing. And maybe just those cutting of the ties allows you to be in that optimistic energy. The 2 3s, that 33 I was speaking of, both of them are beautiful type energies. Joy. And allowing myself to experience joy. In the 8 of Swords, kind of not going to allow it. But listen, if I created that prison, I can uncreate it. And when I do uncreate that prison, it's a sense of freedom. Truly, it's a sense of freedom. And if I'm worried, I mean, I can't help but look at the 2 of Cups, the soulmates, and the lovers, and the 10 of Cups, and the world, and feel like, and the Magician, and feel like this is kind of meant to be. But does that promise me that it will be? No. Why? Because in the 8 of Swords, if I don't uncreate that prison, I feel like it would be very hard to persuade you to move forward because I do feel like this person has their work cut out for them. But listen, I don't even feel like it's their energy. I feel like it's because of things that you've dealt with. I do feel like they're going to get through, though. I do. I feel like the positive energy here outweighs the negative. And I feel the negative energy is really more in my thought system than anything. Remember that Nine of Swords, the message of that card is unnecessary worry. Keep that in mind. And then it's being mirrored over here by the Three of Wands. It's the way I'm going to look at my life. And this is looking at it through an optimistic lens. Listen, you may have been beat down, cut down, talked down to. Like, definitely you dealt with some toxic energy. And it could have been very difficult. And maybe you did need that time out. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is your life. You can do what you want with it. But I do feel like once that energy's gone, then I hope it allows you to break free, get rid of that worry, and just put your toes in the water. You know what I mean? Just put your toes in the water. See where it takes you. You can always change courses. But the reading opens with the lovers. And then literally the soulmate's over it. Maybe that's why boundaries. It's important. Maybe that's what you need to say. Okay, I'm going to give you a chance. But listen, please don't cross my boundaries. I am clear and honest with others about my expectations. Though I do feel like the only thing I worry with that energy is because, let's think about like a brand new relationship. Like, oh, are we going to go to the Ten of Cups? And I want to know right now. Well, how do we know that? Right? Because we have free will. But I feel like the more optimism we have, the more we allow ourselves to be in the energy of joy. And this is after the fact, like after dealing with energy that was not joyful, quite the opposite. But listen, here's the Ten of Cups. Did we have the Ten of Cups in every reading? I feel like we did. The Nine of Swords is under that Ten of Cups. Unnecessary. So for some of you, maybe you do like, you know, maybe you need a little bit of guidance, as in, let me put it a different way. I feel like because there is a lot of fear in the table in this reading, this is the energy where I would say this is where you really want to talk to your guides, talk to God, whoever you pray to. Ask Him to make the signs very clear for you. And then trust those signs. You know, red flags are always sent to us. I know I've ignored many red flags and I paid that price. I paid that price, but I learned that now. I know that now. Now I understand that my spirit guides are only here to help me evolve. But yeah, our humanness, like we can have a red flag right in front of us and we'll just look right over it like, oh, I don't even see it. But I'm not saying that so you judge yourself. Don't judge yourself because your guides, your spiritual team doesn't judge you. Not at all. They don't look at the things that you think, oh man, look what I did, and judge you. No. They just want you to live and love and experience and have adventures. And I feel like so did your soul. And maybe the more I can live through that energy, the more I can manifest. Because again, the magician is here. That's powerful. That means that I can manifest. And then the world, the next chapter. And by the way, to me, the world is the most spiritual time in my life. It is the last card in the tarot. And I feel like it's the closest energy to God. And I often feel, as it relates to love, it does mean for the rest of our lives. Now, the only thing we do have to consider is we have free will. So that's why I would never say to someone, oh, I guarantee you that you will go to the 10 of cups. I can't guarantee you that because you have free will. They have free will. But this doesn't feel like anything that, I mean, if I'm saying no to this, it's due to fear. It's due to not wanting to get my heart hurt again. But what if that's not what's going to happen? What if this just might be the love of your life? I mean, hello, soulmates. Hello, lovers. Hello, Ten of Cups. All right. I feel like I'm not done with this either because I just want to ask a question. And so the person in the Eight of Swords, they do break themselves free. Show me that. Temperance, divine timing, all things in divine timing. This is also patience, the art of patience. And I feel like that's what temperance wants us to learn is patience, but also patience within ourselves, but also learning to trust in divine timing. You know, I don't feel like you can plan love. I feel like love just happens when it happens. But I kind of love that divine is literally in this reading now. Three of Wands, it's like divine is giving you a clue, right? Enjoy your present moment. Don't don't worry about where you'll ultimately end up. Literally your ships will come in their due time, especially sitting next to Temperance. We have the Five of Cups. Well, so some of you may know who this person is. But the energy of the Five of Cups is when I'm focusing on all I have lost, on who I have lost. And, you know, if I don't deal with it, it makes sense that the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords are here. Because in the Five of Cups, if it's not dealt with, then it moves into the energy as woe is me, where we really start feeling sorry for ourselves. And I'm not saying you don't have a reason to, but it doesn't serve us to stay in that energy because literally, when this person says, you know what, I'm not going to live in that type of energy anymore, what do they find? They don't even know exist yet. Two cups. Here they are, right behind this person. Change of focus changes my life. And then the King of Swords. Interesting because we do have the Knight of Swords. And I often feel it is the king or queen, if not our spiritual team, that is sending in the knights. And I feel like every knight will complete their mission, whether what they bring is accepted or not. It's still going to be, they have to complete their mission. I feel like the King of Swords may be the person who sent that knight. Now, let's forget the sign and let's talk about the energy. So, in the upright, the King of Swords would be someone who does have integrity. someone who is a good communicator. If it was reversed, then it'd be the opposite, but it's not. And by the way, I'm saying king, it can be a queen, depending on your situation. This person in the upright speaks the truth. I still don't think they're going to have the easiest of times, though. But that's all right. That's all right. And I feel like just taking one right down the middle. Look at that. Another king. King of cups. Well, got the cup right in his hand. Certainly can be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this to me is the king of love. This is a king who appreciates being in a relationship, appreciates having that special person. If something happens during my day, who am I going to call? You. And vice versa. But I do feel that this king is someone who really, truly enjoys relationships. Now, I shouldn't just say relationships, I'm talking about love. And this is your reading, so it would be for you. It's like your guides are really trying to hammer home that this worry is not needed, understood, but not needed. So, what can I do? I can put my trust and faith in divine. Again, some things are predestined. And that doesn't mean that everything, works out exactly the way that we want it to work out. And I feel like the things that don't work out, they don't work out to teach us something. But this is beyond. This one here, I do feel like the person's got some work to do. And maybe on both ends. Like, I feel like if I'm in the 8 and 9 of swords, then I have to look at that. I have to reflect upon that because I am blocking opportunities. I'm not, it's like my mind, it's like almost like sobriety should be here. But I mean it in a way where my thoughts have overtaken me, my negative thoughts, where I stop believing in miracles. I stop believing that good things can find me. Why can't they? Just because it's been rough. And listen, again, I've had a rough life, but ultimately, I am now with the love of my life. And did I think that was going to happen? Not in a heartbeat. I mean, because it was literally 40 years later. You never know. And yeah, he did have to do a little work to get through, right? Because I had just broken out with someone 2 weeks before that. So it wasn't all hunky dory. I mean, it was romantic. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like butterflies and everything went off. But there was still a little fear, right? Because I certainly didn't want, well, I don't even want to say like the past relationship was horrible because it wasn't. It was just the love had died. You know what I mean? And why would I want to stay in that? Though we remain friends. Um, but I feel like each reading had some type of soulmate, if not twin flame. And it just makes sense with the series of readings I've been doing lately. The person on your mind, no contact, future love, twin flames, soulmates. I did them all. And I did them all like within probably a 2 to 3 week period because I want current energy. My readings, I'm never looking for like, tell me what's going to happen 2 years from now. No, I want to know what's going to happen soon. What we're allowed to know. But we can feel a lot of this energy. So that's what I feel like you should go on. But I definitely feel also you're going to have to put some trust in divine, and you do have to break down those walls. But once you break down those walls, I'm telling you, it truly is going to feel like freedom. Freedom from all, well, why ever it was created. Okay, I'm going to leave that be, guys. Um, Interesting. I don't do pick a card readings very often because, they're not my most popular, and that's okay. That's not really why I do reading anyway. I do what I feel, and this was calling to me, pick a card. Um, but I very seldom do them. So when I do them, it's because I felt called to do them. So I don't know. I loved it. Um, and again, more than one reading may relate to you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Like, I could definitely see where some of you, three, could relate to one or two also. I could definitely see that. But my prayer for you is that divine love finds you wherever you may be, and that you allow the experience in this lifetime. Remember, we're not here for that long. And being in the Eight of Swords energy, you know, like part of me wants to say, is a waste of time. It's precious time. But yet, maybe there's a valuable lesson to learn from that. And maybe really, when I break free from that, that feeling of freedom is really what I needed. But I'm going to let that be, guys. As always, I thank you. So much gratitude for each and every one of you. Those who have been with me and anyone who is new, welcome. Um, so much gratitude for you. So, and I do these for you, but I do trust my own guides at the same time. And I hope you do too. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. All right. I'm going to let that be. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.